Microphone 6. All right, can you guys hear me? All right, let's get some energy going in here. We're gonna try something here. I want you to take out your phone. Take out your phone right now and open up Facebook. So, my future brother over here is live on the Living Well Now page. You guys all liked it a little while ago, I know. What we're going to do is you're going to go on your Facebook, you're going to click on like where you're going to make a new post, and you're going to have all these options pop up. You're going to scroll down and there's going to be one that says Watch Party. If you've not created a watch party yet, this is a way to have people watch something that you want to watch without you having to film it yourself. So you do not have to go live. Aaron is going live on the page. You can now share this with your community. So you're going to click on that Watch Party button. Are you guys there?
A lot of them are on the Living Well Now page.
Say again?
Where's it at on your Facebook page?
You click like you're going to make a post, like where it says, what's Brandy thinking today?
Okay.
Right? And then you scroll down and there's a watch. Yep. So different phones are going to have different things. So if you can find Watch Party on there, then there's going to be a box where you can actually search. And you can type in living space well space now. Sorry, I'm not a left-handed typer over here. And there's tons and tons and tons of videos. And I do not see the live one. Are you live on Living Well Now's page?
Now have them share it to their watch.
All right, so you can share the watch party.
Straight from the...
Living Well Now page. Find our video. And then share it from your watch party.
So some people have theirs pop up in the corner depending on what phone you have or what app you have, or it just says watch party if you're already part of that page. So we have a couple people that are sharing it already. All right, we're gonna keep moving here. If you can find that, if you cannot, go to Living Well Now's page, share it.
All right, so let's do some prizes and giveaways. All right, we're gonna do some prizes and giveaways, so get your red tickets out. This is super exciting, guys. Every time our EO girls come up here, we've got more things to give away. This is our stash, guys, right? Let's get the party started with some Ningxia Nitro giveaways, though. Let's start with those instead of ending with those this time. This last bit, yeah, toss them out. Let's get ready to catch some Ningxia. Get ready to catch some Nitro. Has anyone consumed more Ningxia Nitro today than any other day this week? Yes. That's what I was thinking here. All right, toss them out. Living Well Now shirt goes to 684-3247. 3247. All right, come on down. The next giveaway is, this is an essential brush kit from Savvy Minerals. 3081. Jeff, I see you. 3081. Congratulations. 3081. No, maybe not. No, not over here. Noah. Noah wins. Jessica Pearson is having the weekend of her life. Lantern Diffuser going home with 3332. 3332. Okay, next. Not going home. Lantern Diffuser going to 3128. Next. Lantern Diffuser going home with 3498. Our two-pack of Ningxia Red going home with 3448. Congratulations.
I'm in the camera, so. Where's should I go?
One of the coolest things you can do for your business is to have a flip kit on the end.
Sorry.
3, 1, 0, 2. Another ticket. Y'all are going. Go. 3, 1, 0, 2. Ready? Another one. Ready? Ready? 3, 4, 4, 3. Who's excited? Who's excited? That's the kind of response we like. Okay, so some of you were here, a lot of you were here yesterday. You heard this once, but you didn't see the images with it. So we're gonna go over this one more time. You've seen the definition of a thousandaire. You know what a thousandaire is. Some of you are thousandaires already. Others of you are thousandaires in your mind right now and will be thousandaires. So, if we can go to the next slide. Here's the system that we have in place as a Living Well Now community that all of you can be involved in. How many of you being at this event right now, you are pumped up to get to work? It's what events do. They remind us of why we are doing what we are doing. It's the power of events. And you saw so many speakers today that brought so many good and powerful messages that remind you of why you started doing this in the first place. And so some of you need to go back home and get out of your way. You need to get out of your way and you need to introduce this to somebody because it's going to change their life. Don't stand in the way of other people's destiny. You have people right now in your circle of influence who need this business. So let's look at the system quickly. The next thing that we have coming up that all of you can join is the Ignite Your Business Bootcamp. It's starting March 2nd. It goes to the 14th. It's 12 days of content. We take 1 day of rest on Sunday. There's going to be education and a daily challenge of income-producing activity. All right, to help you grow your businesses and to have that accountability along with it. Now, these are things that you're going to continue after those 2 weeks are over, but this is just to help you launch or relaunch your business at the beginning of March. Okay? And then, if you go on to the next slide, the next thing that will be coming, you're going to be rocking and rolling in March and April. I'm telling you, there's some good things coming from Young Living that you are going to be excited about. Lauren alluded to them a little bit, but wait for those announcements in March. So you're going to be rocking and rolling with your business. Come May 1st, we will be doing what is called the Ignite Your Summer Hustle. This is so much fun. This is a way to get really active in your business in the summer, have the accountability, have the fun, have the prizes, and there will be 10 to 12 winners at the end of that time frame who will be going with us on the Ignite Retreat. We go to a beautiful home in the Scottsdale area. You get pampered on, loved on, good food, trainings, relaxation, community, all of that. So
the heat of the Arizona summer.
But it's not going to be so bad because the actual event isn't going to be until September. So at least it's not August. All right? And there will probably be pool involved. All right, so then we're going to roll on. Okay, after the summer hustle, we have the Thousandaire Revolution. This is a 6-week training program that will be in person for those of you who are local and online for those of you who are not local that you can plug into. This is going to take what we did during the boot camp. The only thing that came to mind was on crack. That's not probably the best thing to say at a Young Living conference, but it's going to be the boot camp on crack. You get what I'm saying? On nitro. All right?
Answer. Oh, gosh.
And so this is 6 weeks, once a week in the evening, awesome, intense training to help you take your business to the next level. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to plug in yourself, but you're going to want to plug those people in who are already on your team
but use this as a way to bring new people in. Hey, this is a great time to join with me because we have a training coming up that's going to help you launch your business. And guess what? There's always a training coming up that's going to help them launch their business, right? So it doesn't matter where they plug in, there's something that they can be joining in the next month or so, right? Okay, so I know we don't have another slide.
Yes,
but
we have one more slide.
Okay.
Because we want you to
Yep.
stay in the loop.
Go ahead, next slide.
Yep. We want you to stay in the loop.
So that's going to end with Ignite 2021. So we want you to be able to stay in the loop on all of these things, speakers that will be announced, anything. When we have VIP tickets, we'll probably have some VIP tickets after all of these giveaways we've done that will come available at some point. And then the last thing I want to mention is that there will be a second day option for those of you who are thinking even bigger than Thousand Dare. We've said Thousand Dare is the point that changes people's lives, but some of you don't want to settle for just life change. You want to be a legacy creator. You want to be the one that's helping other Thousand Dares. And so this 10,000 Dare Day is going to be for you. If you're coming from afar, and we have people from all over, we heard so many different states and countries, you're going to want to be part of a 2-day event, not just a 1 day. So details on that second day edition will be coming up later by messaging the word Ignite without the quotation marks. Just Ignite to this number, you will be kept in the loop. You guys, thank you. We're having so much fun. We have more fun to come with the EO Bros panel right now. And so please welcome Matt Allred to the stage, I believe.
Oh, they're getting a photo
Oh,
opportunity.
Can't pass that up.
And again, if you have not gotten your tickets to Ignite 2021 yet, make sure to grab your ticket and one for a friend or 6 so that you can be entered for our next VIP spinner drawing coming up soon.
Well, that stopped my watch party real quick.
For now.
Let's stop. Let's just stop.
Mr. Lee,
Keep it going.
to the stage. He's coming. He's coming. Mr. Lee, to the stage. All right. All right. How we doing, everybody? Seriously pathetic. Come on. How we doing? Well, we're getting set up real quick. Shameless plug. We got shirts out there being printed on demand for you for Ignite. So go out and get your EO Bro a shirt because guess what? I think Todd said it. You can be a walking advertisement. Throw on a shirt, throw on some Shootron, go knock some people out. All right, so give me, who has a man that's an extra large shirt, extra large shirt. Give me a man doing the business. Who's the man that's doing the business? Oh. All right, there might be a couple others over here. That was a bad throw. I got some stickers up here too, but we'll make you fight for those later. All right. Anyway, it's my honor and pleasure to have these guys up here and to be after Todd because this worked out perfectly. So what we're doing tonight on the EO Bros panel is a little different. What we have up here are a group of awesome men, group of EO Bros, but we are representing each of the different decades. So we have a teenager, we have almost a 20-year-old, 30s, 20s, 50s, and up. But the reason we wanted to do this is we call them seasoned. But this is what's amazing is that in this business, it doesn't matter where you're at in life, there's an opportunity for you to jump in and get passionate and believe in something and really take the opportunity to grow something amazing. So this is why we're highlighting these guys. Each of these guys is actually doing the business for themselves. So give them a round of applause, all right? Come on.
Calvin, you get in there, buddy. Don't worry about me. You just do your thing.
So this is something that was on my heart when we
You're just
talked
good.
about doing the panel and we kind of switched it up. So sorry guys, I threw it out there like I think a week ago, maybe it was 2 weeks. All right, so let's highlight the guys doing the business because I was impacted a few years back getting to spend time with Gary Young on the mountain up in Tabiona, Utah. And it was with 80 other men in an intimate setting up on his, well, you can call it a cabin, at his lodge.
in Tabiona on 5,000 acres where we just got to go hang out and play with Gary for a week. We're out, playing, shooting guns, you name it, we were doing it, just being guys, drinking as much Ningxia as we wanted, running around on the mountain. But one thing Gary said was, on his heart was seeing this paradigm shift, seeing the shift of more men becoming involved in Young Living, and how like it was a passion of his. This is a company started by a man, obviously, come on, women were very attracted to it, right? But he did this because he wanted to see other men to kind of grow in, not just with natural products, but obviously with network marketing. So he had talked about that up on the ranch, how he said after doing this for whatever, 30 plus years, his favorite time was getting to hang out with 80 guys on a mountain and just speak life into them. It was one of his favorite times before he left us. So this is what has inspired to do this panel here. All right, so we're gonna have some questions here. So first, let's start off. We'll start down on that end. Just give us your name, age, and your rank.
All right, my name is Noah Pearson. I'm a star with Young Living, and I am 17 years old. My name is Dawson Marble. I am an executive with Young Living, and I am nearly 20.
I'm Aaron Lehman, and I'm a gold, and I am 38.
I'm Jerry Stucker. I am 43 and I'm an executive.
Hi everyone, I'm Scott Strong and I'm 51 years young. And just starting off, I'm a star.
I'm Gregory Mader. I am 63 and almost 64 years old, and I'm a senior star.
Give these guys a hand. They have built this to a great ranch, right? That's what it's about. So we'll kick off. We know we're men in a women's world here when it comes to Young Living, right? But as a man, what attracts you to Young Living products? Just start here.
So the thing that I find amazing about Young Living products is they work for everybody, whether you're a woman or a man. And we have a men's line called Shoe Trend that is amazing. It's masculine, takes care of our needs, and it's the bomb.
I like the energy it gives me. I use a lot of Young Living products for like a biohack. I've got a 7-year-old at home, so I put a lot on to keep up with him. So I like having energy to go all day long. I like having high testosterone, so I can keep my hair on top of my head.
I'll be nice. I was only supposed to be 5'10", I outgrew my hair. I was first attracted to a couple of the oils because they helped me with some gut health. And then once I learned more and more about this company and all the supplements and the healthy products and being a single dad of 2 kids, being able to swap out things for them, I was able to switch to Savvy Minerals before my daughter started wearing makeup. So she got to start out with an advantage. So that was huge for me.
Yeah, I think for the product line 13 years ago for me was I was in massage school, and so I started using the oils in my massage practice and loved them there. And then also I was teaching high school at the time, and so for immune system support it was just like had Thieves and Valor were my go-tos. Trying to teach 14 to 18-year-olds math. I needed a lot of Valor back here. And then obviously like high school students bringing in all sorts of coughs and whatnot. And you're just like, okay, back to the Thieves. And so that's where it all started for me. And honestly, now it's turned into emotional support, mental emotional support, because growing a business requires a lot of mental and emotional support. And so I'm using the oils, for the most part for that these days.
For me, it was definitely a draw. I was doing sports in high school, cross country, and for me, I loved using peppermint and RC and things to help with my exercising there. And I'm not even 20 yet, but I'm already experiencing joint discomfort, and so I love Agile Ease and that sort of thing to really help with that.
The compliance, look at that. What's up? I've been doing this 6 years. I can't stay compliant to save my life.
Nice. So for me, same thing with the oils, like peppermint and Digest have been really big for me, just with stomach discomfort. And funny story, a few years back, I was having some stomach discomfort, so I was laying down in my bed, and my mom got her peppermint bottle. It was like a 15 ml. And yeah, you remember that. And she, you know the little like oracle that makes it drops and not just pours out, right?
Orifice.
She forgot to put that back on. Yeah, so I got half a bottle of 15 ml peppermint on my stomach, and I will tell you what, it cleared me out. And I haven't been to Antarctica yet, but I was cold. I mean, I had 6 or 7 blankets over me, and it took me probably the whole night to get to sleep before that stuff wore off. And then yeah, same goes for Digest. That stuff is great. I have it. I actually have a 15 ml in my pocket right now, just because you never know what happens with food. So if that's compliant enough. And the other side of the thing is I'm very into fitness. I love fitness, so I'm always having Ningxia. I'm always having nitros. And definitely, I got my oils, I got my Deep Relief and Panaway. I recently ran Spartan, and the first thing I did after was, or before and after, I took my nitros and Ningxia just to help support my energy levels. But yeah, you know, good stuff.
So I'm going with the recipe of dumping half a bottle of peppermint on my stomach. If I can get abs like Noah down there, I'm going for it. I'll show you the video. No. So that's amazing, guys. Hey, so just coming back then, talking about, you know, what we love about Young Living products. Just give me, and it's hard, I know, just your top one, your favorite product that you use every day.
Peppermint. It would have to be peppermint.
He's hooked.
Yeah.
Definitely Agiles.
Lavender. I mean, guys, it's my deodorant. It's my deodorant every day. Lavender and orange. Game changer. I don't need that other stuff. Just lavender and orange stuff.
Mine's easy. It's Ningxia Red. It replaced all those junky drinks that I used to drink beforehand. So, awesome. Great energy.
Mine would be the enzymes. And anyone out there taking Young Living supplements? So remember what Gary said, you don't take it every day, you take it 6 days a week, and you take 1 day off a week, so they work better.
A day of rest.
So I actually use 2 things every day. Thieves and frankincense. Absolutely rock my world.
I thought you were going to say goldenrod.
I don't have to use it every day.
I love this thing. What happens when you give the EO Bros the mics? Watch out. Watch out. I love it. I love it. So yeah, we love all the products. And again, as EO Bros, this is where we get to share with other guys, right? So talking about our favorite products. So then what attracts you to network marketing, in particular Young Living as a business side, especially as a guy? What's kind of attracted you to it? Let's start in the middle with Aaron.
Yeah, I mean, for me, as I said this morning, just 25, 30 years in the classroom. Like, I didn't get excited about it. I loved the students, but just math was not my passion. And as far as like body, mind, spirit conversations go, like what I can talk about with people through this world is just so much more free flowing. And I get to have deep dialogues with people daily. And so for me, that fills my cup. So that really like drew me into the business opportunity. Was I'm not doing 25 to 30 years of that. You know, I'm not going to choose that. And I'm going to choose a residual income, and I'm going to choose to travel and work from anywhere. And I'm going to, I want to design my life versus my life, Would I have been happy? Would I have been happy teaching math for the next 25 years? I'm sure I would have. But like when I think about, I would not go back. I will not go back, and I will be platinum, and we will be diamond. And it's like, this is a 30-year vision. I want to be doing this forever. Like, this is too fun. We have too many great people in this business to learn and grow with. Business partners are just daily inspiring me. Crossline, teammates we've enrolled. It's like, yes, let's keep getting better together, healthier together. So this is heaven for me.
I'll go next. When I first got introduced to Young Living, I was in the early courting stages of Miss Angela Lehman, and she wouldn't let me use any of the products. But a couple months in, I was really big into supporting her, and I didn't even know what I was supporting at the beginning. And I just thought it was, some products, and I didn't really understand the business and how it went. But then I started going to some classes, supporting some classes. I can make really good brownies. And
where's Dog Molly?
This is pre-CBD approval. Just peppermint brownies, Vitality. And so at that point, I started sharing the products. I started using them myself, and I just shared the things just like I shared my favorite pizza place. It just made sense, and I just started kind of accidentally getting some people that were really interested. They saw that I was passionate, and then I got into the community aspect of it. Being a part of all the classes and all the amazing leaders and friends across the globe that we've been able to connect with. And obviously the residual side is an amazing byproduct of it. It's something that we can build and we can live on longevity-wise. I worked in corporate America for 20-some years. Jobs are always getting cut. These large corporations, they just, you're not treated as a person all the time, and you're just a number. And so we never knew as a single dad at that point. I really needed to know that I had something that could help support my family, could help support my kids, and it wasn't as much added pressure of having just a single income. So having something there that could handle 1 or 2 bills, that's what it started with. Actually, when I paid for my product, the second thing I did was get a house cleaner, because I was a single dad living in a house. So you just kind of worked your way through that, and mine was just kind of, what was the next thing I wanted to pay for? The next thing I was going to do, and now it's paying for a car payment. Now my son is able to play club level soccer, and I don't have to stress about it. So it's great to kind of build and continue with that, and the ceiling is not there. We can go forever with this. So it's awesome business.
Nice, it is. Amazing opportunity. Sky's the limit. All right, I'm going to take it down to the young guys real quick.
For me, it's been really cool because I'm a second generation of Young Living or whatever, so I got to witness my parents go through a real transformation where, we had known, like my family, when I was younger, it was my dad was always gone working, and I very rarely got to see him. And like we had stuff and it was cool, but didn't have time freedom like this. And then went through a season where we were missionaries and didn't have hardly anything at all. And that was difficult, but coming back to the States, and my mom started her Young Living business, and just the changes in our life, the ability to go and for my dad to be able to take the day off or the week off. My parents shared their story of my grandfather passing away and being able to spend time with him. I think you can make however much money you want, it doesn't matter, but time isn't something that you can just cash in more of. It's really valuable, and so to have this time freedom is something that I've experienced for my own family, and that's something that I want for myself. I'm getting married in a couple months, and that's what I want for, thank you. That's what I want for me and my spouse and for our future kids, and that's what I want is time, because that's the one thing that I can't just make more of.
Woo! Amazing.
Okay, for me, I was kind of brought up into it, I was probably, 13 years old, and I'd gone to my first GoPro, and it just opened my eyes to the possibilities, I saw what it really has become and what it is Young Living, and it became my family. It really did, because for those of you who don't know, my dad passed away 3 years ago, and if it had not been for Young Living, we would not be here today, okay? My mom would have had to go back to her job. And who knows where my family would be today. We could have taken a completely different route with our lives. And then personal development has just taken us so far. That last year I had with my dad was, I saw so much transformation in him. It was insane. Like, just seeing he was a happier person. So I got to have that last year with him as a changing person for the better. Thanks, Noah. Can I add one more thing? If you desire your kids to be successful, please have them come to these events. Events change lives, okay? Have them come to events, have them volunteer, have them read books, like from Richard, Mach 2 with Your Hair on Fire for your career, 25 to Life. Have them come to events, have them take action steps now, not later, not when they're 18, but now, so that they have the skill sets to be successful coming into adulthood, okay?
That's 17 right there, people. Get it up. That's 17. Youngest RCD in history right there. Calling it out. Nice work. Nice work. All right, we'll bring it to you now.
Wow, that's a tough act to follow, man. That's pretty amazing. So, all of you out there that have downline that doesn't really react to the business opportunity, you've talked to them, you wanted them to get it fired up, get inspired. They use the products, but they don't do anything. I joined Young Living in 1997. I used the products for 20 years before I caught the bug. I had to go to Nepal and build brick houses with a Royal Crown diamond to figure out it was actually a real thing. This business is the most amazing opportunity and gift that you could give anybody. I have grown more, met more amazing people, and made more friends around the world because of my involvement in Young Living.
I love network marketing. I was created for this. This helps me live up to my potential. And it's really changed my life. It changed my friend's life. It is impacting the world. I think maybe outside of your faith, network marketing is number 2 on how we can change the world, because it helps you 10x your dreams. It helps you live up to your potential. Every one of you guys have got a God-given dream inside of your heart. You guys are playing too small. It's time to think bigger, 10x your dreams, get out there and get into conversations and put Young Living in these guys' homes to change people's lives. You got to be more bold, stop thinking too small, and it's time for us to really do what we came here to do, to ignite. This is not another year of taking notes and going home and doing the exact same thing. Tomorrow's coming, Monday's coming. Every single one of you guys gotta go home and be different. Do what you wrote down. Share. There's a lot of people tied to my network marketing dream. And if I don't play full out, those prayers do not get answered. You guys have got people tied to your dream, and you're playing too small. It's time to step up and go for it.
Love it. Well, like the man, Mr. Brooks over there said, can you talk to one person a day, right? Connect with one person a day, tell them about your opportunity. Just tell them how amazing your life is because of what you believe in, and right, you're on your way. I love it. I love it. All right, so let's go a little age specific here real quick. We'll go down the line. We'll start down with Noah again, but just give me a quick, we'll let you choose, obstacles or opportunities you see specifically like in your age group.
Well, you know, I used to believe that my age was the obstacle, that people wouldn't listen to me because I'm so young. But through people speaking through me in this business and friends and family, I realized that I'm actually more influential, and people will listen to me because I stand out. Thank you. And then the other thing would have to be just not getting inside your head. Just like how Brendan talks about the brain really does give you those false thoughts. And if you can train your brain to get around that and replace it with good positive thoughts, it will definitely change your life.
For me, my biggest obstacle has been doubt and worry. I'm 20 and I can come up with all these different excuses or problems. I can think about how like kids my age don't have that much money. I can think of all these things, but like in the end, the problem isn't external. The problem isn't like over there, but it's a problem with me, that I get so concerned with these doubts and these worries that I shut down. I sit here and tell myself, oh, they don't want to hear about these oils, and I talk myself down, and I become the problem in this because of my own insecurities and my own issues. But if I overcome that and I think about that, when I think about the value of this, when I think about truly like the difference that I can make in people's lives, that's all I should need to use as fuel to overcome these worries and doubts.
Thinking like late 30s age group, obstacles, opportunities. I mean, I find that, a lot of community members just have a lot on their plate. Sarah and I don't have kids. We can't really relate to the folks who have kids. And, that can be a journey to just show up and like cheer people on with their, with what they're giving, And so the obstacle is like, it's just staying in management mode, right? Trying to play manager. Like it hasn't worked. It hasn't worked. Anytime I've tried it, it hasn't worked. And like every time I hear, spend 80% of your time connecting with new people. Like 80% of your time connecting with new people. Y'all, I don't know if you do that, but I have not done that the last 5 years to get to gold. I've been doing about 65% of hanging out with the crew, doing my best to like pour as much love and water on our community. It's helped grow us to gold. But I know that platinum requires a shift in perspective, and it's got to be 80% of like new people and new connections. So I joined a Fraser Brooks online training because I'm like, I got to connect with new people, and Fraser's got some secrets. So I'm in that right now, and reading John Maxwell in January, and just really working on growing my leadership skills and getting back to like, work on this dude, work on this guy right here, connect with new people, and invite teammates to say, I'm in today, I'm in this month, they know I'm here, right? 5 years, they know I'm here, ready to cheer them on, ready to be day to day if they want day to day help. But I've got to release my, it's like this little hover parents. It's friggin' ridiculous, Anybody hover? Have you been hovering? I don't care if you're a star or a senior star, you've probably been hovering. And I've got to let go of that crap because it's not healthy. It's not healthy for me. It's not healthy for my teammates. It's disempowering, actually, right? When we hover. And our teammates are adults, y'all. So please, let's not do that. So anyway, that's been the biggest obstacle, is just like, hey, 80%, let's get out there and connect with new people. There's a lot of people that need to know who I am, and there's a lot of people that need to know who my teammates are and who this Living Well Now community is. They don't know that we all exist. They don't know that Young Living exists. And it's time. It's time to just go out and spend more time there. So that's the biggest obstacle, is like just the hover tendency. The hovering tendency, and yeah, just letting go of that, and just getting back to love. Just love and support, offering the support, and then focus on new energy and new people. That's gonna grow us to platinum. I know it is, and I've just been.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. When you ask this question, now that I'm in a different mindset through personal development of being in this business for 3 years, I don't see the difference between an obstacle and an opportunity. It used to be a blocker. It used to be, I was 40 years old when I started using these products, and I thought all the same things. I can't do this. No one's gonna want this. MLM's weird. Like, who am I gonna tell about this stuff? Is my boss gonna get mad at my regular job that I'm, selling instead of working or whatever? So, but after personal development and plugging into so many events, from Danny Johnson to GoPros, and just seeing the industry as a whole, and seeing an opportunity, or seeing an obstacle as an opportunity, I'm a competitive person. So when someone says no to me, I don't crumple up that sheet of paper and throw it in the garbage. I move them up the list, because we're going to talk again. So it's an opportunity. I played semi-professional billiards for many years, and I was in pool halls with Deep Relief in my pocket, and just putting a little bit on my neck, and I'm around like bikers and these big burly guys that are just like, those are all obstacles. Those are scary people for me as a friend to even say, hey, would you like some lavender?
Hey,
right?
bro, you use lavender?
But I guess this is the best part. I'm putting it on there, and I'm drinking Ningxia before going to play in a pool tournament, and everyone else is drinking alcoholic beverages, which is fine. But I won every single time. My eye focus, my mental, stamina to stay up later, do a little Ningxia happy hour, a little nitro Ningxia mixture together. I had a huge advantage. Everyone started seeing that. Next thing you know, the big burly guy that was making fun of me a second ago is over on the side like, hey, can you rub some of that Deep Relief on my neck? Everyone needs this. Guys like that need it. A lot of guys need it for their gut health. In my 40s, I feel everyone probably feels this in their own age group. I feel a huge advantage for being in my 40s. A lot of things happen to guys in their 40s, or that's the story we've been telling everybody. Oh my gosh, this starts falling apart, my leg doesn't work anymore, whatever the stuff. Like, there's so many opportunities, but I will say the mind shift, I think around 40 guys are starting to say, hey, what is, maybe I could try something that's a little different that doesn't make me feel like crud. So, there only is opportunities.
Yeah. My biggest obstacle would have to be telling the whole world, and how to do that, and like how to show up on social media for my age bracket. It's been a challenge. I see it as an opportunity now, and I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, how to tell the whole world about Young Living. And I've been just thinking too small. I've been having average thinking, and I just haven't been showing up big enough on social media. So yeah, it's time to, like Justin was talking about, making a documentary. What's your dream? And I'm gonna be more intentional this year and get into conversations, get contacts, figure out a way to stand out on social media and play the game. And if we're friends on social media and you guys already got a kit, newsflash, social media or Facebook is not for friends. It's for prospecting now. And I'm weaponizing my Facebook and I'm going after it. So if you guys if you don't get a friend request from me and you've already had a Young Living kit, great. I'm going out to lunch with people that don't have kits because I've got to make an impact in this community. I got to make an impact in my family. I got to fund the local churches. I got to sign up new people. It's time to fund the charities out there. So let's go after it.
Wow, you guys kind of covered the bases. So I'm a general contractor and a rancher. And I've been in a chute with an 1,800-pound bull 6 inches away from my nose and had to stare him down. I've run jobs with hundreds of guys and millions of dollars at stake. And I'll be darned if I don't freak out every time I have to make 10 phone calls to reach out to somebody. It is the most amazing, stupid thing in the world, but it's real, and it happens on a daily basis. Personal development, getting your head in the right place and overcoming the obstacles that face every single day, and just doing it is what it's all about.
Nice. Man, we got some good guys up here. So I just love the underlying thing, from the youngest all the way up to the most beautiful. But it's the personal development, right? We can hear it, and you guys, I know we hear it, we go to different seminars or whatnot, but really believing and digging into that, it's huge. You're only gonna get as paid as good as you are, right? And you have to keep continuing building yourself, building your skills, building your belief, your mindset, and just hearing from a 17-year-old, this kid's been reading, I know, that's my nephew, so I'm a little biased, personal development since he was, 13? 12, 13, right in there, and just seeing how he has grown and an example, but then how all of us in our different seasons of life, this has come in and we've made it a disciplined choice to do our personal development, and look at what it's growing here.
Well,
so
I want to add, like,
it's huge.
The parity is, it doesn't matter what age you are. It's personal development doesn't end. There's not a level where you get to and like, oh, I made it to the top. I'm good. I'm totally personally developed. Like, that's not it. You can see we're all plugging and we're reading the same materials at all the ages. We're sharing all of them. It's fantastic.
Well, I'd love to hear Richard. Personal development. What do you put in on a daily basis?
Well, Kimmy would say I would have to sit there maybe, but she and I just went to a retreat 10 days ago where we were participants. 12 hours a day under the guidance and challenge of other people, and we paid them for that privilege. So I'm 65 and I've been doing personal development for 43 years.
43 years, you guys didn't hear that. He's been doing personal development. And we're talking about a man who's continues to do it and continues to grow. So there is no stopping. So it's amazing.
And if you look around, when you go to events, something else to take note of is, we've been able to sit by these amazing speakers and all the diamonds and royal crowns. And I've sat next to Connie at some events before, and she's out note-taking me and been doing this for a long time and made it to the pinnacle of our company. There's no stop in the learning process, and you can just grow yourself, and your network is gonna see the change in you.
Can I throw out one quick? I mean, hearing the curiosity piece last night was so huge for me, and that's the energy that's going to change all of our businesses. We all know this, when we show up with the other person's needs in mind and go in with those questions and curiosity, it's just a completely different energy. People want to be in the room with us, right? They want to sit and have a coffee with us. And at the end of the day, if people don't want to sit and have a coffee with us right now, we have to become that person, right? We have to grow into that. So if it's start now, start tomorrow, like hang out with somebody, like really work on the conversational skills, because that is, at the end of the day, what the gurus have mastered. I know that I could sit with Richard for 3 hours and just like grow and learn and also be listened to and cared about. And listened to and cared about, if you haven't written that down this weekend, it's like, we have to listen to and care about people to be successful in this world. So, in any world, but in network marketing world for sure. Anyway, I just want to.
No, I love it, man. You guys are great. So let's close out, Todd, and just talk. I loved how we ended up talking about legacy. So last question I want to leave you guys with. Younger guys, think about it. I like to work it up. I mean, we got about 2 minutes each here. But through Young Living, so what kind of impact would you love to have on the world through Young Living? Through Young Living. I'm going to say not even impact. What kind of a legacy? Let's go with the legacy question. What kind of legacy would you like to live? Some of us are closer to the end of our legacy. Some of us are just getting kicked off, God willing. But where are you at? Where do you want to leave your legacy? What mark do you want to leave on the world?
Okay, well, there's a lot to think about, but for me personally, I have a heart for just countries that don't have what we have, third world countries. Schools, building orphanages, building hospitals, funding that stuff. And with Young Living, like with the 9-to-5 job, most of the time, or not to the extent, you can't go out there. And I want to be hands and feet out there actually building these foundations, supporting these foundations. And I want to be remembered years and years and years after, I pass away for what I've done. But the main goal is just helping people. I love helping people. I love serving people, and that's just what's in my heart to do. So, thank
you. For me, I think the thing that really impacts anybody and changes anybody is Jesus and God. Like, that's the real life change that's ever going to happen. And so part of living in this world is we have to utilize money, we have to utilize resources. And for me, I think like God can use whoever, whatever, it doesn't matter. If God needs money to build a church building, like he's going to find a way somehow, it doesn't matter. But for me, I want to do everything I can to be the hands and feet of God and do his work. And so if that means doing that, if that means funding a church building, if that means supporting missionaries, like I want that opportunity. I want to be able to do that and grow in that way and grow closer to know who my God is and grow closer in that of serving.
My three just popped in my mind are, are mindset, community, and the earth. So for me, it's like this business, it requires mindset work. It requires healing traumas from 6 years old. I'm in therapy right now and realizing I haven't fully healed, even like from what happened back then. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, here we go. Let's just keep working at this, And so like, that's like, for me, that excites me about this journey, because it's like, we're all like looking in the mirror and saying, got to kind of work on that. Got to address that. We're paying attention to those things and where the blockers are and where the things that are holding us back are. So I love that aspect of this. And for me, that's a huge part of my legacy, is just letting people know it's super okay to heal. Like, it is so okay to heal. I'm healing. I'm going to be healing forever. It's super okay to heal all that's happened. It's going to help the past generations. It's going to help the future generations. Let's do it, Do it today. So that's one. And then the community aspect. I mean, we could do that by ourselves, right? I could just, like, sit on the beach and read a book and, maybe I'd be happy, right? I could probably be pretty happy doing that. But no, I wasn't born on an island. Like, I literally was born on an earth with a whole lot of people that need a lot of love. And so community makes that mindset journey so much easier. It's like, what are you reading? What are you reading? Oh, sweet, fill me in. And we get to heal together. So it takes that, it's just like, that's so magical. This last 5 years, y'all heard Sarah this morning, like, we've been healing together for the last 5 years of growing this business. She's healing herself, I'm healing myself. It's like, let's just keep healing in this community, this Young Living community. And, I loved Richard's big vision last night of like, y'all, $20 billion, 60 million Young Living members. Like, I'm getting that right. $20 billion, 60 million members. Because people need to heal. We all need to heal together. We need to keep letting go of those old stories. So, and then the earth. Tony Robbins 3 years ago, I think 3 or 4 years ago at GoPro, he's like, he said, why should anybody join you? Why should anybody join you, Aaron? And I'm like, obviously to the whole room, but I heard it as Aaron. So I jot my notes down, and then he's like, no, but really, like, why would somebody want to join you? And he literally asked it 4 times until we finally got to our soul. And my soul was, we need to take care of this earth. Like, Grant and Bennett, I mean, we heard it from Dr. Ollie today, you know? My nieces and nephews don't have a shot, y'all, if we don't get serious. It's fact. It's fact. Young Living wouldn't have a 5-year goal, and we, you know what I mean? We wouldn't be doing what we're doing around the world, like with the earth and being beyond organic. It's so critical. And so for me, that's a huge vision of my legacy is like, this earth, I mean, she'll be fine. She'll be fine without us here. But like for me, it's like, no, I want us to be here. I want Grant and Bennett to have kiddos. I want Elena and Dawson to have kiddos. I want to have kiddos. I want to see us heal ourselves, heal each other, and heal this earth and take care of this earth. Because I think we could be here for another, I don't know, 10,000 years or something if we want to shift things. So that's my heart, mindset, community, and the earth.
Nice.
Short and simple.
Dancing. Don't forget about dancing.
Well, all 3 of these answers so far are incredible. Just to try to touch on something a little bit different. For me, legacy starts at home, and it's for my 2 younger, my 2 kids, and then also with this partnership with Angela and her kids and the entire family. It's about leaving a legacy and allowing them to live a life that is better than the life that I was able to live. And the mindset that we were instilled that you start working at 18 and then you work till you're 65 and then you maybe retire. That life is something that we're going to be able to provide for our kids to choose if they want to do mission work or if they want to pursue a dream. And this whole thing for a legacy on that side is huge. Another side is when I started doing the business side of things, I kind of targeted men and guys in my circle and that kind of stuff and for that empowerment. But walking alongside Angela and seeing the power of this woman and what she has been able to do and touch in other women for women's empowerment is unbelievable. And that got me on board way more than helping just the guys. I'll still help the guys here, but I'm going to support her, and I'm going to support that dream to empower as many women as possible, whether it be just through this business, or if it's through spiritual belief, or what may it be. So in our new home, we've already planned out to have a sanctuary, a place for retreats, and different things like that, so that we can empower more and more women, through this opportunity and the development that we've come along.
Legacy. That's a great question. I want to change the world. I'm just like Gary. I want to change this world. How many of you guys live here in Phoenix? You guys know that Phoenix is in the top 10 unchurched cities in the United States? 1.4% know Jesus Christ in Phoenix, Arizona. And when I'm out there sharing Young Living, God puts people in front of me, and I share my faith. It's 1 out of 10, and I love to change this city and have more people know Jesus Christ. And if you guys have the Holy Spirit inside of you guys should take that as a challenge. There's lost people out there. Almost 99% of them are out there lost. They don't know Christ. So I want to change this city. I want to make a big impact. And I call it my divine appointments with His grace and ease. He puts someone in front of me. I think I'm going to be talking about Young Living. No, this is a fool. This person's very lost. Something's going on here. I sense it. I feel it. God says you got to share Jesus with them. So that's what I want to do.
Nice. You guys are pretty amazing, man. I'm honored to be able to sit up here with you guys. That's incredible. So, We, my wife and I, Donna, the fast one that escaped earlier today, we were privileged to go to Nepal in 2017 with the Young Living Foundation. And that trip changed our life, changed our world perspective, changed everything for us. My legacy is to be able to go and change the world one brick, one person at a time. We are empowered with the most amazing company. Every single person in this room is part of a legacy that will live on forever and ever because Gary and Mary Young had a vision and a dream, and they're changing the world, and we're all part of it.
Woo! Amen. Man. Give these guys one more round of applause, please. Come on. All right, that's right. Get on your feet. So we'd like to say, hey, thank you guys for letting us be a part of this. And again, seeing the shift of men in Young Living is amazing. So if you're a guy out there and you're here and you're one of the ones that said, oh, my wife dragged me to this thing, come talk to one of these guys, because most of them, except maybe the ones born, the second generations down there, everyone's been in a different spot. And we're only here because we took a challenge and talked to a couple of people, and it was because of an event like this that this whole EO Bros movement was born, because a couple guys met at a retreat, started talking about how do we reach men, and this is where it was born from. So you guys, you got to get out there, be bold, talk to the men, because again, you get the men empowered, and you get the men supporting their wives and coming alongside them, more importantly, then this business goes gangbusters for you, guaranteed. So and I'm proud of all you EO Bros out there. So again, give yourselves a hand, give these guys a hand, and have a great night, guys. Thank you.